Welcome back to iTeachCybersecurity Academy, iTCA, where we make cybersecurity simple, useful, and practical for everyone. At this point in the Cyber Threat Intelligence full course, you understand how intelligence works at tactical, operational, and strategic levels. Now, we take a step beyond organizations and into the global arena. This is Module 6, Cyber Conflict, Terrorism, and Policy. Here's the reality we're addressing in this module. Cybersecurity is no longer just about protecting networks or companies. Cyberspace has become a battlefield. Nations compete, criminals collaborate, and extremist groups exploit digital platforms to influence, disrupt, and intimidate. Without understanding cyber conflict and policy, threat intelligence remains incomplete. This module is designed for beginners, students, analysts, policy enthusiasts, and security professionals who want to understand how cyber threats connect to national security, terrorism, and international cooperation. By the end of this module, you'll see how intelligence guides cyber defense not just at the organizational level, but at national and global levels. You will be able to describe how intelligence has evolved alongside cyber conflict. Explain what cyber terrorism is and how it manifests. Understand the role of intelligence in cyber warfare. Recognize how nations approach cybersecurity and CTI, and explain why international policies and cooperation are essential, yet difficult, in cyberspace. Let's begin by understanding how conflict itself has changed. For most of history, warfare was physical. Traditional warfare involved kinetic operations on land, at sea, and in the air. Victory depended on troops, weapons, and territory. Cyber warfare has changed that reality. Today, attacks can take place entirely in digital space, targeting critical infrastructure, government systems, and private sector networks without a single soldier crossing a border. Cyber operations are often covert, persistent, and relatively low cost, yet their impact can be enormous. A well-planned cyber operation can disrupt power grids, financial systems, or communications infrastructure without physical destruction. The absence of explosions does not mean the absence of damage. This shift introduces new concepts in conflict. In cyber conflict, the battlefield is made up of computers, networks, cloud platforms, and data. One of the most significant changes is asymmetry. In cyberspace, small groups or less resourced actors can cause disproportionate damage to powerful nations. A laptop and an internet connection can sometimes achieve what traditional weapons cannot. Another defining feature is persistent engagement. Cyber conflict is rarely a single event. Instead, it involves continuous probing, long-term access, subtle manipulation, and multi-stage operations that may unfold over months or years. Conflict becomes constant, quiet, and difficult to attribute. In this environment, intelligence becomes essential. Intelligence plays a central role in cyber conflict by identifying adversary capabilities, intent, and ongoing activity. It supports both defensive and offensive planning, helps anticipate attacks, and reduces uncertainty for decision-makers. Without intelligence, cyber defense becomes reactive and blind. With intelligence, leaders can prioritize threats, allocate resources, and make informed military and policy decisions. This brings us to one of the most sensitive and misunderstood aspects of cyber conflict: cyber terrorism. Cyber terrorism refers to the use of digital tools to intimidate, coerce, or disrupt populations or governments for political, religious, or ideological purposes. Unlike cybercrime, which is driven by profit, cyber terrorism is motivated by belief systems and ideological goals. Targets may include government institutions, critical infrastructure, or civilian populations. Terrorist groups exploit cyberspace because it is accessible, scalable, and difficult to control. Cyberspace allows them to amplify their message far beyond physical borders. Terrorists use digital platforms to spread propaganda, recruit supporters, raise awareness for their causes, and communicate securely. Social media, encrypted messaging apps, and online forums become tools for influence and coordination. In some cases, These groups also engage in cyber activities such as website defacement, denial of service attacks, or information theft to disrupt services and attract attention. It is important to note that the focus here is not on technical hacking methods, but on strategy and impact. For example, propaganda campaigns on social media can radicalize individuals across continents. Hacktivist groups may align themselves with terrorist causes, using cyber disruptions to support ideological objectives. Even simple digital disruptions can create fear, uncertainty, and publicity far beyond their technical sophistication. Addressing these threats requires more than technical defenses. It requires policy, coordination, and intelligence at the national and international level. Every country approaches cybersecurity differently. National cyber strategies reflect each country's priorities, resources, and threat environment. Some focus heavily on protecting critical infrastructure such as energy, transportation, and finance. Others emphasize cyber defense exercises, workforce development, or public-private partnerships to strengthen resilience. Intelligence agencies play a key role in these strategies. Military intelligence agencies often handle offensive and defensive cyber operations related to national defense and deterrence. Civilian intelligence and security agencies focus on national security, law enforcement, and protecting the public from cybercrime and terrorism. This creates a distinction between military and civilian cyber operations. Military cyber operations are concerned with national defense, strategic advantage, and deterrence. Civilian cyber operations focus on protecting citizens, ensuring continuity of critical services, enforcing regulations, and responding to criminal activity. Both sides rely heavily on threat intelligence, but their objectives and authorities differ. Beyond national borders, the challenge becomes even more complex. Cyber threats do not respect borders, yet laws and jurisdictions do. International cooperation faces challenges such as differing legal frameworks, conflicting national interests, and the difficulty of attributing cyber attacks with certainty. These challenges make global cyber defense one of the most complex security problems of our time. To address this, nations work towards cyber norms and laws. Cyber norms are guidelines for acceptable behavior in cyberspace, often discussed through international bodies such as the United Nations. Treaties, conventions, and agreements exist to promote cooperation and responsible behavior, but enforcement remains difficult due to attribution challenges and political realities. Combating cyber terrorism and cyber conflict globally depends on intelligence sharing, joint training exercises, collaborative threat monitoring, and coordinated response efforts. Prevention, attribution, and law enforcement cooperation are central goals. No nation can defend cyberspace alone, and no single organization has full visibility. As we conclude this module, let's bring everything together. Cyber conflict extends intelligence into the realm of digital warfare. Cyber terrorism leverages cyberspace to pursue ideology and political goals. Intelligence plays a critical role in anticipating threats, guiding response, and supporting policy decisions. National cyber strategies balance military and civilian responsibilities, while international cooperation remains essential despite legal, technical, and political challenges. This module completes the bigger picture of cyber threat intelligence. You now understand how intelligence operates from the technical level all the way up to global security and policy. If you've made it this far, you've built a strong foundation in cyber threat intelligence across tactical, operational, strategic, and geopolitical dimensions. Continue exploring the course, revisit the modules when needed, and apply this knowledge to real-world thinking and decision-making. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to iTeachCybersecurity Academy, and turn on notifications so you never miss a lesson. At iTCA, we don't just teach cybersecurity. We help you understand the world behind the threats.